I'm Anil Kumar, and in this video we'll discuss inverse of cosine function. The inverse of cosine function is defined once we restrict its domain. So we chose to restrict the domain of cosine function from 0 to pi. So let me sketch one here. So it's kind of like this. So if we choose from 0 to pi, in that case you'll find that its inverse will also be a function. So that is the cosine function from 0 to pi, right? So this is pi by 2. The maximum value is 1. The minimum value is minus 1. Now pi, as you know, is 3.14, right? So pi is 3.14. So we can make a scale here. Say this is 1, this is 2, and approximately this is 3, right? So that's kind of scale. And this is 1 and minus 1. So if you have y equals to cos x. So here y equals to cos x is the function. The domain x is restricted from 0 to pi. And the range y is from minus 1 to plus 1. Now if I have to sketch the inverse of this function, then the y values and x will swap, right? So what we have here is kind of like this. So the scale will be, so this point, for example, at 0, 1 will be 1, 0, right? So this will be 1, 0. So at 1 we will have 0. So that is where this point will be. This is at 1, 0. Now let me make a scale here for the y. So this is, let us say, 1 for us. That is 2 for us. And here we have 3. So pi will be slightly more than 3. Let me write this as pi. And pi by 2 will be slightly more than 1.5 times this. So this is pi by 2 for us. So if you sketch the graph of inverse of this, swapping x and y values, let me write down x here, then in that case, for y equals to cos inverse x, we will see that the graph will look like, so this point is 0 pi by 2, so it will come to, it will swap, right? So it will be x value is pi by 2, 0, it will go to 0 pi by 2, and here it is x value is pi and y is minus 1, so it will be minus 1, so let's say this is minus 1, minus 1 pi, so that will be this point for us. So basically the cos inverse graph will be kind of like this. So that is how the cos inverse graph will be. As expected, in cos inverse, we will find that the domain and range will swap, right? So the x value here will be now between 1 and minus 1, and the y value, the range of cos inverse, will be from 0 to pi, right? So this is from 1, minus 1 to 1, as you can see, right? And the range is from 0 to pi, right? So that's its cos inverse. So what you can see here is that cos inverse x is equals to y. We could also write this as cos y equals to x, right? So that is how we can write, where y is between 0 to pi, right? Between 0 to pi. So that is how we can define cos inverse function. I hope the concept is clear. We'll take few more examples to illustrate how to evaluate and how to work with cos inverse function. Thank you and all the best.